Nigeria. So they decided a few years ago to also go into banking so that we have a full financial supermarket. We started July 7, 2021, but believe it or not, we have 16 footprints in Nigeria today and still counting. So it tells you that we've planned ahead and we know what we're doing. Our intention is to finance not just the real sector, but lifestyle, and ensure that we truly include the unbanked. So financial inclusion is part of our strategy. And we're different from the conventional bank because we are a commercial bank, just as they are, but we're different because we actually practice ethical banking. What that means is we partner with all our customers, from the very low, the bottom of the pyramid, to the topmost, the high net worth individuals. And the partnering means that everything that is in your value chain, let's assume you're a manufacturer, we deal with you from the beginning of your business to your distributors, to production, to everything that you do. And when we say non-interest, it means that when we are dealing with you, either taking from you when you have excess, or we're financing you, we're partnering with you. We are not just throwing a rate at you, which is what interest does. What we do is, if you have excess, we take it from you to invest and partner with you in sharing whatever we use the money for. On the other end is the scarce part, which is really financial intermediation. When you talk about financial intermediation, it shouldn't be money being a commodity. It should be money actually being a means of exchange. So what that means is we're dealing with transactions and assets. And one of the biggest assets you can think of ever is house. Everyone wants a house. The Prophet ﷺ said, you are only covered as an individual when you have a roof over your head. Now there are also hierarchies of need. With hierarchies of need comes you wanting more than just a place to lay your head. When you've worked hard, you want something better. You want where you can relax in due course. You want to get away. Most of us know that when we're in Nigeria, we truly can't relax. We can't rest. So we need somewhere outside. Either outside Lagos, and even outside Lagos, people know where to reach you. But when you're outside Nigeria, they need to fly before they can do that. Now I know Signature is into the business of real estate. Outside of our shores, the best you can think of, one of the best countries in the world today. Whether we like it or not, the UAE is where everybody wants to go and relax, because it's a melting pot of everybody. It doesn't matter whether you're a Muslim or a Christian. So that's one area. And then to everything, every type of design of house you would love to, you can dream of. Where do we come in? We would encourage you to buy. You've worked hard, you can afford it, but you're not ready for the money now. You need that time. So we give a mortgage. Believe it or not, in mortgage industry today, all over the world, the non-interest banks are ahead. I once was in a program like this where it was confirmed by a non-interest bank in UK that 80% of their customers are Christians. So it's agnostic, even though it's governed by Sharia principles, where we to which, what are the principles? Principles of equity and fairness and justice. The interest rate just moved in Nigeria. The APR is 2 steps up now. But trust me, everywhere has been financed by us on a rate. We'll use that rate till the end of that transaction. So you can predict what you will pay from beginning to end, which is the beauty of banking with the non-interest bank. So we have the partnering with Signature from many aspects in constructing, when we are constructing, we call it in Cisna. We would engage the construction company, they would construct, and ultimately we hand over, and then they start to pay rentals to us. For individuals like you will be buying, when you buy, you can pay mortgage, you can pay your mortgage, and then in due course, you pay back, we give you a mortgage, sorry, and then you pay back to us on the plan we would have with you. You will pay rentals, and some consideration for us, like if we're sharing profit with you. So that's basically it. I don't want to take too much of your time. I'd like to advise that this is a very reputable company, first and foremost. They've been there forever. Sobha, like you had earlier on, is 5 decades into this. So you are with the right people. You are with those who will also support you. They are not just telling you to come and buy. They are also giving you that facility or that opportunity to find who will fund. So everything has been thought through. The whole values change, so to say. So I would enjoy all of you to listen to the presentations here today, key into it, and give it consideration. And we are here, like I said, to partner with you. Our mantra is, we partner with you, we progress with you, and we prosper with you. Thank you very much.
Again, when I was trying to explain to you earlier why I need to have a different relationship with my bankers, I thought I was joking, right? I think now you see the reason why this is real, and we're pragmatic in our approach to things. We want properties just like anybody else, manufacturing, agro-allied, renewable energy. I mean, we have members of our chamber that are present here involved. We have lawyers that also have their own businesses as well. So now that what I'm trying to say is, you will be seeing us in your office. Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. Again, it is my pleasure once again as we go into the core of why we are gathered here today. I would like to invite to this podium Professor, Dr. our chairman, Professor Ahmed bin Salah Odin. Like I said, it needs no further introduction. Sir, because we have some issues with timing, I want to please plead with you that we'll be here 30 minutes for you, sir. Can you please give me a round of applause? Thank you very much. Sure, you can go ahead. So, yeah, sure. So that we don't waste any time, I will be calling the representatives of Sobha Realties, Mr. Ahmed, Mr. Again, my dear friend Mr. Ali, to please come to the podium and let's start so that our time is valuable to us and we don't want to take anyone for granted. Thank you once again, Mr. Ali. Can we give him a round of applause, please? Thank you so much.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ali Asghar. I'm from Sobha Realty. And first of all, thank you so much for visiting here today for a great event. And it's all about the relation, right? I mean, business is all about the relation, but also at the same time, working with the right people, with the right mindset, and also having some of the finest locations, which is basically Dubai. Dubai is all about love. Dubai is all about having the most secure properties all around the world. We have some of the finest people, those who are in the country, in UAE, right? So I would like to introduce who's Sobha and what Sobha Realty is all about. Thank you so much for all my seniors. They were representing before, and thank you so much for your time and your presence. Like my colleague were saying that we have a huge legacy of 50 years, in the region. But also at the same time, I would like to show you what Sobha is all about, right? And welcome to Sobha. Basically, about the first topic we will be discussing about Sobha Realty, okay, and some of the key highlights and the milestones that we have done as a brand from last 50 years. And then we will also be discussing about some of the signature quality product of Sobha, because it's very important for you and for your investors to know what Sobha quality is all about. And the main point is very important, that we are different from any other developers all around the world, right? We are the only backward developer in the region, means we have everything from A to Z. So whether it's our in-house designing team, architects teams, or engineers, or some of the finest materials that we do. We have multiple warehouses in UAE that we do manufacture everything in-house. So rest assured, your customers or your clients or yourself, if you're buying a property in Dubai, they are buying a product of Sobha, because basically we believe in 100% finishers, because we have everything in control in ourselves, right? Then also we'll discuss about the current projects which we are going about. And Sobha Heartland is a complete gated community, right? I will be discussing with you about where exactly this location is, from how far it's from Dubai Mall or Burj Khalifa, or from the airport, from the Dubai International Airport. So let's start with about Sobha Realty, guys. It was founded in 1976 by our chairman, Mr. PNC Menon. He's a proud Indian, but also he's an Omani national. We call him the living legend of the industry, because he started this journey with $7 in his pocket. It's truly an inspirational man, and he was the one who, he's basically from South India, from Kerala. He went to Oman back in those days, and he started the journey with a very, it was a challenging time for him, but also at the same time he had an opportunity to achieve, some of the finest architecture in the world, perhaps. He's the one who built, as a contractor, he's the one who built the biggest mosque of Oman, which is called Grand Qaboos Mosque, during this time frame. And also at the same time, he got, an opportunity to build the King's Palace in those years for Oman Sheikh. And he got his citizenship in 1994. So we are the only backward developer in the region. We started way before then becoming a developer, okay? And are we switching on the light? Okay, great. I won't take much of your time, but this is very important for you to know. See, in India, we are based in 27 cities of India. We started the journey in India in my city. I'm from Bangalore, from India, from South. We started the journey in 1994 as a developer, right? In every city of India, we are known for giving the infrastructures and making the cities, reshaping the cities. We are not just a small developer who just make one single tower and we shoot the property. No, it doesn't work in that sense. People, the thousands of families we have living in the country, like in India. India is a huge land. There are more than 20,000 developers, right? And we are number one from last 8 years. Anybody can become a number one, but to maintain that number one status is difficult, right? So again, the completed projects, we have more than 130 million square feet of completed projects, which is again one of the oldest developer in the region, okay? And now we have this, some of the key projects in Dubai, which is basically called Sobha Heartland, which is a part of Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum city. And we have one of the finest projects also on the Sheikh Zayed Road. I'm going to use my laser, so just in case, it will be very easy for you to know. So this is our main key project right now, which is called Sobha Heartland. And we have a huge presence back in UAE, India, and UK. And also at the same time, as a contractor, we have done some amazing work in the region. These are some of the images that you find. Like back in those days, we started selling our product called Forest Villas. It was one of its kind villa, which we gave before. And like I was saying, we have everything is in-house teams. We do designing by ourselves, architectural work, architects, you name it, we do by ourselves, right? And this is our presence from 1995, where basically we became a developer until 2022. Right now we are selling a project called Crest, which is again one of its unique development which we are doing it, and we have been handing over all our projects now, because if you see some of you, I mean, you can see the brochures on your table, guys. Ask me any questions. Meanwhile, what is important for you to know is this journey. Basically, we bought this Sobha Heartland land in 2014 and 2015. It's an 8 million square feet land, the community which we are talking about here. And if you come and see right now in Sobha, you will see not an offline development anymore. It's a completed project. We have thousands of families living right now in our project. Okay, we have more than 8,000 trees. We do the landscaping by ourselves, in-house landscaping work. So in 2016, we launched this project. Okay, and also at the same time, our chairman, Mr. P.N.C. Menon, he was very particular about giving the schools inside the community, because whether you are an investor or whether you are or an owner of the property, right, you like to have a school, right? So he finished 2 schools. We have 2 best schools in the project. One is North London Collegiate, which is the top 2 ranking school of the city, and the other one is the Heartland International School. So both the schools are technically, it's helping all, like basically if you are an investor or an end user, it's helping both parties, because more than 60 to 70% of the population of Sobha Heartland is all end users. So if you're looking for an investment product, we have an investment product which is basically a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom apartment, right? It's a freehold property, guys, which is for a lifetime. So we will be discussing, one-on-one session once we finish this. And in 2017, we started giving the 2017 and 2018, we started giving the handovers of this property. I used to sell an empty land back in those days, in 2016. And by the way, I must tell you this, I have a lot of customers from Nigeria, because seeing is believing, right? I mean, we don't sell just on the concept. No, seeing is absolutely believing. When you come to Sobha, you will experience what Sobha is all about. In fact, we have something importance on what kind of quality I'm getting into, whether you're talking about a combination of, let's say, the kitchen appliances for that matter, you're talking about the door quality, or whether you're talking about the ceiling height, or the washroom finishing. We do everything step by step, right? So again, in 2020, if you ask me, let's say, Ali, do you have any villas to give you right now? Unfortunately, we don't have, but it's good for Sobha that we have sold all our villas. But very shortly, guys, I mean, we are coming with a new project, so inshallah, in coming months, we will update you what Sobha is going to do. Because right now, the full focus is on Crest, which is basically, you can see the images here. This is one of the finest buildings that you find right now. The completion of this towers, basically we have a tower called Crest, which has been, it was just announced in February this year. And I'm sure you can see the brochures all around. So this Crest project is a combination of 4 towers. The handover of this property basically starts from June 2025. Okay, and after this we launch a project called Creek Vista Grande. You have a brochure again on the table. This property is July 2025. The reason why we are doing back-to-back launches, because we are getting sold out. So again, during Ramadan last month, we had the busiest month. We closed 1.3 billion dirham sales. So we are talking about right now Crest. We have an opportunity here for Crest Grande, which is again all these 3 towers what you see. It's an amazing opportunity which we have come to Nigeria. So I want you to ask me more questions if you have any questions related to the property, and especially on Sobha. Right? We have an amazing product, whether you talk as an investment or whether you want to move here or move there. We have some of the finest locations to offer you, right? And a good price. For the roadshow, we have taken the permission, with Dr. Ahmed. We have taken the special, the access, especially from our company, right? Let's say if we book any property today here, let's say whether it's a 1-bed or a 2-bed or a 3-bedroom, right? You can select what exactly that you are looking into, depending on the available options, and we will sponsor your trip. You and your family, basically for 2 people, you can come, you can experience our construction site, you can see our finished product, because like I said, seeing is also believing, right? So we will sponsor that trip for you, because it's very important, your questions, your right amount of education is required, right? So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And simultaneously, again, 2022, we launched this project, and also there is something called S Tower, which we are doing on one of the biggest highways which you find in Dubai, which is called the S Tower on the Sheikh Zayed Road. It's one of the finest towers that you find. This tower, it's still under pre-launch. I can't even provide you a brochure of this tower. Okay, it's still in the pre-launch stages. But again, construction is already started for this project. We have kept a very elite. It's for the people, those who have a genuine interest, and the VVIPs of the country. Basically, this one, it starts from 15.8 million dirhams. This product, each floor, I have only 2 penthouses to give you. So we have a combination of each and everything. Let's say initial investments 1.5 million. If you want to proceed for 2-bedroom, it's 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, or let's say if you want a bigger layout, it's 2.7 million, right? With the payment plan, of course. The investor payment plan, what we are getting right now, is for 5 years, guys. The handover of this property is in 25, but your payment plan would stretch to 27. So this kind of flexibility that we are giving into it. And to tell you, yeah, this is our global projects, some of the finest projects that you find in the region. To tell you, this is our Qasr Al-Sarab Resort, which is in Abu Dhabi, which was built by Sobha, right? And the Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque, which was built by us, one of the finest mosques that you find in Oman. And this is in Bangalore. Basically, I'm from Bangalore, and Bangalore is our headquarters, right? For the Indian team. Middle East team is different. So we are known for some of the finest finishings. This is in Dubai Marina in Dubai, and as you see, this palace is in Mysore, which is again in South India. Then again in Bangalore, and this is in Mysore. Basically, we have covered almost everything. Okay, let me tell you about our chairman, Mr. PNC Menon. We call him the living legend of the industry because he started from the scratch, but also at the same time, we love the disciplined life. He has always had the humble beginnings, and he has achieved some remarkable achievements in the market. If you see MBR City, which is Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum City, it's an important land, especially in Meydan. Meydan is nothing but, it's one of the primest location, which is right next to downtown in Dubai, right? So he has done some amazing work in the project, and basically he bought this land in 2014 because in a span of 5 to 6 years, we have completed full project. So Sobha is always on time, never delaying any developments. That assurance that we can provide to all of our Nigerian investors. Let it be the first thing first. Even if you have 100 questions here, please bring it on, because what is important is the right mindset and the right education. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Mr. Ali. I'm sure questions is just something that we're thinking about them now, because we do have a lot of questions to ask you. I have a lot of questions to ask you. But again, we have a scheduled program of events, so the plan is the presentations would happen. So I want to please encourage you to write down your questions, put them on your phone so that you don't forget them, because beyond anything, we're doing education here. We believe the more information you have, and I repeat it, the more of an informed financial decision you can make. This is just facts of life. But just as an extra, because we're talking about currencies. So at times when you mention 1.5 million, I'm shaking like, is this 1.5 million dollars or dirhams or, you know? So we can quickly educate the crowd a bit and let's know the conversion rate between dirhams to the dollars, so that when you do mention 1.5 million dirhams, we can know what that means in dollars, right? So if I'm not wrong, I think the last time I was in Dubai, the conversion rate was 3.65 to a dollar, am I right?
3.671.
3.671, yeah. So
and that's when I've been there for the last 20 years. It has never changed. Never changed.
Prof, are you trying to make fun of us Nigerians? Is that what you're doing?
I'm not talking about it. I'm just telling you now that that rate has been there over the last 20 something years.
Because in Nigeria, Prof, we're used to...
I don't want to talk about Nigeria.
Okay, so in so many words, when Mr. Ali says 1.5 million dirhams, the reality in dollars is divided by 3.67. So we have about $408,000. So what can that fetch me in Dubai? $400,000. What can I get with that?
You will have a one-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Which is again the sizes is varies different. Rest of the other markets you will have a size of 500 or 550 square feet.
So thank you for that. We have a family of 7. So if one bedroom is going to give me $400,000, how much would I need to host my family in Dubai? I just thought to ask. Because we can't be cramped up in one bedroom apartment, right?
You can go for, definitely you can go for 2 bedroom or 3 or 4. I mean, we have an amazing multiple products, you know.
Okay.
If you have a big family, then you can go for...
He's recommending a penthouse for me. Alright, again, this is going to be interesting. We're going to have interactive sessions and, you know, without delaying you guys, I know that Professor to naturally see off, the CEO of Lotus Bank, is back now on the high table. So I want to invite Professor, a dear father of mine. You know, he needs no further introduction. He would speak with us, he would educate us for about 30 minutes. And like I said, he is the CEO of Signature Global Realities. He's also the CEO of Standard Insurance. So that you are well aware, Standard Insurance has been in business for over 4 decades. You know, if you've done business and it's been in existence for over 4 decades, that speaks a lot about who you are and what you do. And again, all these things can be verified. We're not doing 3D presentations here. Everything is pragmatic, everything is real. We say it and we mean them. Professor, please can you come? A round of applause, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله. الحمد لله. الحمد لله رب العالمين. أستغفر الله. أستغفر الله. أستغفر الله. إن الله غفور رحيم. First and foremost, I take this opportunity to welcome you to this iconic occasion, which is known as Road Show of Sobha Signature Global, as well as Lotus Bank, including but not limited to Nigeria, Indonesia Chamber of Commerce. I welcome you as a tradition. I wish you happiness, joy, peace of mind, including but not limited to tranquility. my brother and sister in Islam, and I say to you, Salam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Professor Ahmed bin Salahuddin. By profession, I'm a chartered insurance practitioner as well as property investment advisor. I've been doing this over the last 40 years. And as a matter of interest, I think today is a happy and joyful day for me. Why? Today, 30th of May 2022, our mother company, Standard Insurance Consultant Limited, otherwise known as SICL, is exactly 42 years today. 42 years today, alhamdulillah, and we have been successful in our business. Let me tell you briefly about the group. The Standard Insurance Consultant came into being 30th of May 1980. And in Nigeria, we first started with Rural and City Link Property Limited in the year 2005. And we are part of Signature Group of Companies. And like I said earlier, we try to metaphors into other business, like real estate business, insurance business, is an intermediary business. Real estate brokerage is intermediary as well, but different needs. One is invisible, one is visible. Insurance is an invisible business, whereas real estate is something you can see physically. That is just the difference. Signature Real Estate, we are headquartered in Dubai. Many people will ask, why Dubai? Some of my people are here, they'll be able to tell you why we start from Dubai. I have my COO here, Isham. Isham, can I take the opportunity? Maybe you can stand up for recognition. And today too, I have our CFO. That is in person of Abdulaziz Jubril. Where's Abdulaziz? From Dubai, we moved to Nigeria. As a matter of fact, this is our first time coming to Nigeria for roadshow. Like I said earlier, our country, Nigeria, is a great country. I love Nigeria. And looking at it, apart from the political situation, Nigeria is the best country in the world if Unfortunately, we are not yet there. But we'll be there, inshallah. Our office, at the moment, we are at 904 Oxford Tower, which is at Business Bay in Dubai. Go there. And inshallah, 1st October 2022, Signature Global will be moving to one of the iconic twin tower in Dubai Business Financial District. We welcome you to come to this place. In addition, right the way I'm talking to you, we are privileged to have a kiosk at a mall in Dubai. Right now, I'm sure our staff are there. They'll be happy. Anybody going to Dubai, then you can see us there. Just to let you know that we're a force to be reckoned with. Again, we have partnership with financially secured developers, such as Sobha. Sobha have made presentation to you. They mentioned who they are. And to be honest with you, they are one of the iconic developer as of today in UAE. Therefore, our partnership with them has been very remarkable. Signature, we have made a number of sales in 2021. We have managed many units of property from both local and international places. And we want to make sure that we have Nigeria to the schedule. What is happening in this? In the UAE, particularly Dubai, the regulation is very simple. It provides security for the buyer, for the seller, and it's a win-win situation. There are a lot of advantages. As an international buyer, they have a project. It's not necessary, it's not like Nigeria that when you go to buy property, you have to pay everything at once. No. Property purchase made easy in Dubai. You can have so many plans of payment, which Sobha will still explain. And this is very key. Provision of mortgage. Another different thing is that in Dubai, mortgage is available to each and everybody, both people from international sector. The locals, when we say locals, those who are born there, God bless them, because they know how to trouble themselves. It's not that we trouble ourselves. But that is how it should be. Your government needs to look after you. The issue is, I don't know many of you whether you have heard that slogan. Many years back, the government will say, housing for all Nigerians. ourselves, how do we find ourselves this way? That we want to give mortgage, we are talking about 11%, 15% from mortgage. How will you manage it? Is that possible? In Dubai, for instance, if they want to give you mortgage, I believe the highest Isham probably is about maximum 2%. 1.9 or 2%. They give everything is flexible. Flexibility. The idea is the middle class, they want to make sure that they enjoy this life. In Nigeria, are we enjoying anything? I don't know whether you are enjoying or not enjoying. But I still believe Nigeria. That's, inshallah, God will give us that opportunity to be there. Now, looking at it very well, Abdulaziz, where are you? Looking at it very well, I think by and large, Nigeria will be there. It may take us time. But my belief is that each and every one of us, let us forget about politics. Let us leave politics for the politicians. We business people, let us do it as business. Now, I think what is most important for us is to be able to determine which direction we want to go. For me, I like to protect, to make sure that Nigeria as a country, we have opportunity of bringing investor to the country. I've done that many times. To invest in Nigeria is a tax that we have to do for us to move forward, particularly the middle class. In Nigeria at the moment, it's not you are here or whether you are there. But we should be able to change this scenario. Therefore, I'm just trying to tell you that Signature Global Real Estate. Why Signature Global Real Estate? Signature Global Real Estate, we are focusing principally, our major concern is Africa. Signature, we have been invited by Angola government through the Angola Chamber of Commerce, and inshallah, I think our team will be going there to do a roadshow on the 28th of June. After Angola, because our focus is in Africa. Africa has a lot of investment up to today. Nigeria too is number one. But the problem we have is that for us to have a very good profile. At the moment, the barometer is not reading well. But I hope very soon that will come. Now, what is our vision and mission and signature? Our mission, our vision is to be one of the top 5 estate investment advisor in the UAE and to be number 1 Africa real estate broker. In the region, I can tell you, Africa know which one is the best location. They don't know what room, because you have to identify. Do you want to invest and make money, make returns, or you want to live? Whichever you want, this is why signature is there. Now, in business, signature Dubai. What is our core value? Our core value is very important. Basically, the first thing with signature is trust. T-R-U-S-T. If there's no trust, there's no business. The foundation of any business is trust. We want people to trust us. We want to trust people. Where we trust each other, everything is excellent. In insurance, for instance, it's an intangible product. In Latin word, utmost good faith. That is very important. Therefore, at signature, we take it as a key point. Trust is one of our core values. And that is very important. If you buy anything from us, inshallah, don't say inshallah, yes, by the grace of God. Let me explain that. Yeah. You can go to your bed, close your eyes, sleep. At signature, we make sure everything is done. Like I said earlier, our three core natural infrastructure, the next thing is integrity. Integrity is very important. And that is why, as for me, I tell people, you have to have integrity. In Yoruba language, our forefathers would say, I will translate that in English. Tí o bá ń wá owó lọ, ó pàdé iyì lọ́nà. Tí o bá lówó, kí ló máa mú? Owó àbí iyì or integrity. You see what our forefathers are saying in this? You are looking for money, and on your way, this is the money, this is integrity. Which one are you going to take? Of course, any reasonable man will say integrity. Because if you have integrity, you have money already. If you don't have integrity, you have nothing. As a matter of fact, contrary, go and check the Yorubas. Value. Number six is money, the value of Yorubas. Everything is not money, is number six. But it's today, there's money, 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 money. And that is why we have a lot of problems. It's not money. You have to have integrity. Therefore, we at Signature or Standard Group of Companies value integrity. And that is where we are. Then number three, professionalism. Professionalism, where you look at it, has been true to the dogs. It should not be so. We are having business here. Our first point is to see government made a regulation. It is very important to follow it. For instance, in Dubai, there's what is known as RERA, Real Estate Regulatory Authority. The signature, we are trying to see how we can work with Lagos State government so that they can key in at least a little bit into this system. That professionalism is very key. So we have to make sure at signature we do that very well. That we impart most of the time. Dubai real estate, for instance, they have a rule maybe since 2006 we follow their regulation to the letter. But you cannot even do anything otherwise in Dubai if you don't follow the regulation. We have the license, we have individual, we have everything. We follow the rule of the law. Because if you don't follow the rule of the law, you cannot operate. Like I was just telling you, today we are 42. It's not too easy, particularly in Nigeria. Looking at the environment. Environment in Nigeria, the way to do business. On paper, yes. They've written so many things on paper, but do we follow it? The way of doing business is difficult. I mean, I remember when President Buhari came to Dubai, I think he first came to Dubai when he was re-elected, his re-election. He came to Dubai. Yes, I was there. I asked him so many questions, which unfortunately have never come true. I will not say that because of political reasons. I was the one who represented Nigeria at that forum. Therefore, the way of doing business in Nigeria is a little bit difficult. Talking about you bought something through the custom, through the civil servant. If you want to export product from Nigeria, whether you like it or not, they are demanding money from the exporter to export something out of Nigeria. I'm telling you that for free. Go and check it out. Therefore, doing business in Nigeria, looking at the banking regulation, if you are playing on the field 25 minutes or 30 minutes for the game to finish, they will remove the goalposts. Anyway, now what is our services? Our services, we do residential and commercial properties. We are there from day one to the end. We arrange property through a very good developer like Sobha. We help you to get your documentation. We help you to rent the apartment. And then we help you that in our system you can always check the status of your property as and when it's necessary. Above all, your money, your rent never come to us as a broker. You have a dedicated account that this month it's a law, it's a rule in Dubai. No broker is allowed to take money from investors, which I think is very good, fair enough. All what we are required is to get our brokerage commission, alas, and that is just that. Talking about residential, commercial, leasing, and management of the property. We can manage the property for you. Our management team. In my business, I take employee as an asset. I don't take them as slaves. I am team leader. Yes. I am team leader. All of us will brainstorm. Of course, I have the last say. I'm at the driver's seat. But on the same, I make sure all my employees are part of the team. In our team, you will see Abdulaziz as CFO, Isham as the COO, Dr. Ghana, it's an India, Wali, it's a, you see, even in my place of work, we try as far as possible that we have almost 10 professional people speaking different languages. In my workplace, I have the Arabs, I have the Chinese, I have the Indians. I mean, so many English, name it, Pakistani or whatever. So it enables most of our clients, whatever language you are speaking, it helps you. And when you go to our website, you did something. If French, I think the only thing I don't know whether Ablazi you have succeeded to do is to do Yoruba or Igbo. I don't know whether you are able to do that. So when you say our staff are well trained, different languages make life easier. Now, why Dubai? You have been asking so many questions on this, but I want to touch it very briefly. What is the quality of life in Dubai? That is very key. What is the security? What is the tax? Tax free and freehold. The Sobha have said it already. There's investment visa, yourself, your family that you can take. What is the growth of population in Dubai? Go and check the infrastructure. Infrastructure in Dubai, you don't need to tell the citizen, go there and look at it, the infrastructure. I was in the train one day, there was a woman from England. I think I was traveling to London, she was traveling. She just asked me, she said, it's Dubai, but everything works. Everything works, and it's true. It works 100%. And they are planning. Dubai is safe. A woman can walk from this evening till tomorrow morning, nothing will happen to a lady. You will never hear that this one is rape, this one is this one is... No! It's not possible. Not in UAE, I'm not even saying of the... I mean, the 7 regions that I know. Because Dubai is a commercial city, they don't understand that Dubai is not UAE. It's part of the 7 cities. Abu Dhabi actually is the capital of UAE. Dubai is just like Lagos as a commercial center. Abu Dhabi is just like Abuja as a business center. Now, looking at everything, what is the yield on the rental? Somebody was asking the question about 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. I'm telling you, if you rent 1 bedroom, the money that you are going to be getting from your renter is far enough. I can tell you, when you confirm the currency, that's why I always tell people, if you want to go to Dubai, don't be thinking about Naira. Otherwise, you are not going to eat. No, that is reality. What I always say is, let us compare apple with apple. And that is very key. Yes, our contact. I've already, you see our website. Our website will give you our www what? The real estate, this one, and then look at it very well. I told you about our headquarters, 904 Oxford Tower, which we are going to change, inshallah, as of 1st October 2022. In Lagos, 33 Victoria Arubeka Street. Abuja, 500. And our website is there. As far as I'm concerned, signature is a partner. invest and earn reasonable income. And what we are doing for Nigeria too, we are studying that situation. Not everybody can buy the whole house. There's something is being developed, fractional ownership. Fractional ownership means like this hotel will be purchased by fewer people. They manage it through a system, and that is the issue. Therefore, I thank you, welcome you to this occasion, iconic way of, I know Mr. Balogun, the timekeeper, but you give me that opportunity to explain, okay? Thank you very much. If you have any question to ask me, please do. God bless you. Thank you.
Can we give our daddy, Professor, even the way you present, it's so clear that you spent quite some time in a lot of institutions. It was a fantastic presentation. Can we give him a round of applause? Professor Ahmed bin Salahuddin. That's not a name you're going to forget anytime soon. Are you? I don't think so. Again, like I told you, he is a man that says it like it is. And we're very practical, we're very pragmatic, because you're going to leave this session with information that will allow you to make what I call an informed financial decision. Real estate is not a joke. It's not cheap, but the people that have done it, they are smiling to the bank. There's a reason for that. And I want to thank you once again, sir, for that very precise and detailed presentation. Thank you, sir. Now, we're going to go into questions and answers. I believe there's a lot of information you need regarding investing in Dubai. I have some questions actually, and if I have your permission, I'd like to start. But if you do have questions, I would like for you to signify by just a show of hands, so that the mic will be given to you, and the appropriate authority would answer those questions for you. So the first thing I'd like to know is, investing in Dubai, we know is safe. I've been privileged to visit a couple of times myself. But to the new investor looking at investing in Dubai, what is the minimum amount of funding that they need to put together to actually start the process of buying from Sobha Realities? That's the question, the first question. The second thing that was amazing as we sat and listened to Professor Salahuddin is the exchange rate. If you've been in Nigeria long enough and you hear things like 1.9% to 2% mortgage rate, it sounds foreign. It sounded foreign to me, because when you call Sky Bank, you call First Bank, you call GT Bank, despite having 70% of the value of the property, you're still talking about 25%, 20%, and God knows what. I don't know why life has to be so difficult as a Nigerian, but like anybody else, we have to start looking beyond Nigeria. These are the reality of our times. So, sir, when you said 1.9 to 2% mortgage rate, was that a mistake or is that a reality? That's my second question. Yes, sir. I'll get you, sir. Yes, sir. Number 3, we have heard that if you're privileged to be in this room today and you do make a decision to start investing with Sobha Realities, they will take you and your family to Dubai on a 3 nights, 2 nights, 3 days, all expense paid trip. Again, I repeat, whatever you earn in this room, you can take it to the bank. That is a fact. So you're going to be telling us more about that. Again, I have a family of 7. So you better be careful what you, because you didn't say one member of the family, you said me and my guys, were you not the one who said so? So that we're sure I'll pay today, but
then you have to buy 3 properties. Then you have to buy 3 properties.
If I pay you now, my summer vacation is guaranteed and messy. Anyway, so I want you to talk more about that. Also, I've heard the word golden visa. Golden is a visa like made out of the real gold, or do I carry it in a bag, I want to know more about that. What do we need to invest in order to have that golden visa? And my last question is, Professor mentioned something that I believe as friends, families, business partners. So I want to buy a property, but I don't have $500,000. So there's what we call fractional ownership. So that means I can call my friend can call another friend, and we can all be friends. Well, now this is friendship in business. So Professor, I'd like to know more in detail how we can explore the possibilities of fractional ownership. So without much ado, I would like to ask whoever is ready. I've asked about 5 questions. I believe in answering those questions, the audience will be educated. Can I start with Professor? Is that okay?
Well, it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, good afternoon once again, ladies, gentlemen, and members of the press. The first thing I want to address, Baluko is talking about rate of exchange. In my lifetime, I've been traveling many places around the globe. 2 places I've been going, but it's very difficult to see how they manage their own exchange mechanism. I don't know. For the last 20-something years, the rates of exchange in UAE, don't let me say Dubai, it has always been 3.65. How they are doing the mechanism, I don't know. I've been to Kuwait. Some people don't understand. They believe that pound sterling is the strongest sterling in the world. No. If you go to Kuwait, what is the name of their currency?
Dinar.
Dinar. You have to have 12 pounds before you get 1 dinar. Most of us doesn't know that. Leave Kuwait. There's another time, there's another country which is nearer to Dubai, Oman. The same thing. And I remember when I was going to Hajj many years back, there's another country like that we bypass. The same thing, the currency is very strong. We question is, where is their currency so strong? And let us be honest with ourselves. We're just, maybe our leaders or whatever, we have just been unfortunate. I remember when we are going to school, we prefer to have naira to dollar. As at that time, 1 naira, dollar is just 175. We prefer to keep our naira rather than dollar. So people will say, what is this man saying? But that is the reality. You go to London, and you remember very well, there's Thomas Cook. They give you traveler check. You go to London, naira is exchangeable. But the challenge we have is this. Maybe we got it wrong when the military came in. When the military man is saying, we have money but we don't know where to spend it. That's number one. Number two, how do we find ourselves in this situation? The Western world, they don't love us. They started exchange rate mechanism, and the late Professor Professor Aluko, the economist, was telling them, you don't take this in your currency. We had a problem when we have the one big military man there. We are going to see the end of the tunnel. Where is the end of the tunnel today? No end of tunnel. Just to answer Balogun's question, the exchange rate mechanism in Nigeria, nobody can explain it. How can we explain this? We have oil, we have gas, agriculture. I know people don't want to work because of oil. Oil too. That is the problem. Exchange, even, it's even very sad. Gambia, they have nothing. Exchange rate of Gambia is about $50 or something like that to $1. Gambia. Can you imagine that? So, to answer his question on exchange mechanism, I don't know where Nigeria got it wrong. That is true. He's talking about interest rate. He doesn't believe me, maybe. Where is Balogun? He asked a question, he didn't wait to get the answer. You see, generally what I can tell the public is that in Arab countries, their belief, interest is haram. Try to understand that. Interest, whatever it is haram. Tax is haram. People will ask you, okay, if you don't do tax, how will you manage? In Nigeria, you are paying so much tax and here and there. For those ones that you are paying, what is the result of the tax? Is it not going to personal pocket? Do you have roads? Do you have water? Do you have security? What do you have? You have gotten nothing. Therefore, Balogun, your answer about the interest rate, before you came in, I've said so much of exchange mechanism, and on the interest, the Arab country regard interest as riba. Riba. Therefore, going over there, that is the explanation. You see that small margin of 1.9 or 2% that they are charging, they regard it as the service of the account. And it's very good that the MD of Lotus Bank has been trying to explain this to us, which maybe by tomorrow when they have another presentation we should have it. So, Balogun, that is the answer sensible. It is now being practiced in the UK and other countries. But in Dubai, they are still looking at the legality. What is the legal frame of how this works? Talking about title deeds, talking about so many things. At the moment, CFO Abdulaziz, anyway, Isha, I think we have been talking about this fractional ownership. Where are we now? I think we are just still doing some research on
testing phase in Dubai with some projects.
it's a project, okay. We are still making some research. It's a good idea. Not everybody will have bulk money to buy houses, but fractional ownership will be very good, particularly for the middle class. They will not have the opportunity of buying a whole house, but they can buy something fractional that they can be making money. But at the moment, I'm not a legal man. I've asked my staff, my COO, my CFO, we are making research at the moment, but it's a very good idea as far as I'm concerned. So, Mr. Ishmael, so I think that the situation is a very good idea, but the legal framework is still being looked at because they are looking at what Britain is offering on fractional ownership. But it's a very good thing if it can come on stream. So that is the situation of the fractional something. Okay, so far so good. Those are the two questions you have asked me, and I think I've been able to explain it too concretely. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Professor, once again, sir. A very detailed man that doesn't shy away from questions. He says it like it is. So I'm going to take it to the audience. We have a lot of important dignitaries in the house. We have members of the Nigerian Indonesian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. We have the business elite. We have people that want to. So if you do have a question before we go for our tea break again, can you show by raise of hands so that we can address your questions? And the journalists, during our press conference, we have decided to wait for you till this time to ask a lot of the questions you want answers to. So, Mr. Momo, I'm going to extend the microphone to you once again. You're the chairman of the Journalist Association of Nigeria and Africa. So at this point, even those in South Africa that can't make it, you ask on their behalf. Okay? So I'm going to pass the mic to you, sir, with all pleasure, to ask those questions that...
I have just only one question, and that's on the pricing. I was listening to Ishmael Bello as he did his analysis. One bedroom is $408,000. In Lekki, a 4-bedroom will cost you to purchase it will cost you 90 million plus. If you look at the strategy between that, we're talking about 1 bedroom and 4 bedroom. This thing is big. This business is for those with big money. It's big business. And as it is now, like the Prof has explained, fragmentation is still under research. And doubt if you can even work it because of our culture. Because here we have a knack for owning alone. We don't want to do business with any other person. So that's my dilemma. I want to ask if the professor can provide a solution.
So, sir, before you attend to that, I would like for you, sir, to take note of that question so that we'll take the series of questions and then we'll respond with the answers. Is that okay, sir?
Fine.
Great. So again, I share your pain, Mr. Momo, because the cost of land in Lekki and the cost of ownership in Dubai do vary. Likewise, the benefits you get as a homeowner in Dubai vis-a-vis you owning your 4-bedroom in Lekki is far apart. I can begin by answering some of those questions for you. You have your permission, sir.
Yeah, why not?
I'll let Professor do
But
assist
I
you.
want to tell you some
Yeah,
technical
yeah.
issues.
Yes, you will, sir.
You can
Again,
tell-
if you have questions, can I please see? Oh, yes, ma'am, please.
My name is Madam Eze, and I'd like to know if you invest in Dubai, what are the chances of your stay like? What has it got to do with your visa or residency? Something close to that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that question. It's a very burning question. People want to know if and when I do invest, do I get a residency permit? What are the terms of the residency permit? Are there other additional expenses tied to that? So that's a question I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. Again, that has been noted, Amma, and I'm sure you get a response very soon. Mr. Mije, I know you're a real estate investor and also a dear friend of mine. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ishmael. Good afternoon, everybody. My question is for the Signature Group. Do you have an agency, like partnership arrangement with local agents here? Do you have a scheme for that?
You want me to answer now?
No. At the end of all the questions.
Just give it to him. So that's the third question. Mr. Boye, do you have a question for Chairman? Okay, all right. Oh, okay. Again, do you have any questions? In the back, there's a gentleman. I want you to please identify yourself and the organization you're with so that we can tell.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abdulhamid Okwemi Abragade. I'm a media practitioner. I'm with Media Smith Communication. The question I want to ask is about having an investment in Dubai. We are real estate per se. We are buying house in Dubai. We are meant to. We are known. We know that in developed countries, when you buy a house in Africa, what you get is a time limit. Like you are holding that property for like 80 years or 90 years. Is it a lifetime investment? That is my question. And when you buy, are you owning it forever or for a particular number of years? Thank you.
Thank you so much for that question. If you were here when Mr. Ali was making his presentation, which again is going to address, one of the terms that came up is something called freehold properties. He's going to do justice to that definition of what that means to have a freehold property and the relevance to your investment. So I'm sure Mr. Ali will take us on that question. Again, in the back, can we have because the more we know, like I said, the more we're then able to squeeze our eyes, close our eyes and make that investment. So that's really, so it's more of education than, investing. We need to know these things. Yes, thank you, Mr. Family.
So now that we're getting to the meat of things, sorry, I forget your name. The gentleman over there went straight to the point, how attractive is the investment when you look at the comparative pricing. The other thing is maybe you can, when you do give us the secret, maybe you can also look at the returns, the return on investment in the market. What is, if you can give us an idea of how that market has performed over time, we know that, property, we don't know that in Nigeria, by the way, that property goes up and down. But in the property market, a sophisticated one like Dubai, we know that there are property trends.
a very good question.
Thank you. That's why I took his time before he asked, you know. Again, anyone wants to know this. I have 100 million naira. So the thing is, am I buying in Lekki? Am I buying in Magulo? Am I giving them money? And you know, just that I said is why we have the opportunity. Whatever investment you're making, you're not paying the money to Signature Global Realities. Money goes from your end or from your bank straight to the developer. So there's no intermediary, there's no, you know, I give my money to someone and no. When you make a commitment to transact, the money literally leaves your bank, right? Straight to the developer. Because Dubai has very strict regulations and you must adhere to them as a developer, as a broker, and these are very valid points. So again, do we have more questions in the house? Mrs. Paragon? All right, so we're going to start answering those questions. Professor, please. Yeah. Should I come to you?
Don't worry. Stay here. Yeah, first and foremost, let me just say that to answer these questions, I have to draw my line from between accord. There's only one lady who has asked question here. So I think I would prefer to answer her question first as an honor, as a lady. If you permit me that. Very good. Madam Eze?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. She has a very good question about residency. You know, in the early days, Dubai or UAE, they don't give residency to anybody. They have their reasons. But as economy is developing, they are trying to open to the whole world. Therefore, the residency there is the true fact. You see, when you go to countries, including United Kingdom, you know what I call United Kingdom? Advanced third world. Go and check. The advanced third world have stayed in Britain for many years. Nothing more than that. They are just lucky that all their small roads, their small rooms and everything is women there, and Nigeria are very unfortunate. It's only UK they know. Even anytime they want to go and do holiday, it's UK. They will not even go to hotel, they will go to family house. What type of holiday is that? Therefore, the residency in Dubai, over time, they have changed. Right now, I think this rule of presidency, Ali and Isha, if I'm correct, the revision came how many weeks now? The new year.
It's been now more than a month and a half.
About a month and a half. If you buy property, I'm a benefactor of that, I can tell you. During our time, it was 5 years. But now 10 years. I will change from 5 years to 10 years. I have 5 years visa. You see, whatever they say in Nigeria, in Dubai, go to your bed, close your 2 eyes. It's very easy. They give you paper, they give you everything. So, madam, if you have the opportunity, we can help you. We can give you good location and whatnot. So, therefore, you are very safe. Very, very, very safe. And Even in the UK now, they are still under this 99 years or 68 years or whatever. But Dubai is changing, or it has changed. But it continues to change. And I'm sure it will continue. My prayer for them is that they should not listen to America, listen to IMF, because all those countries don't like them. They want to see them down. You can see America all over the places fighting this war, fighting that war, fighting for who? Rubbish. And that's why they have no problem. Madam, are you okay with that? Okay. Now. Huh? 10 years now, yeah. 10 years now. On a freehold. Your family, your everybody will come. Now, let me take you on. I think the gentleman there.
Mr. Mohammed.
Where is
He
he?
just went out for the driver.
But I think it's better I should give him the answer. He's talking about pricing.
Maybe Ali can answer the other question.
Now, I want to answer him on the pricing, and I want to show him figuratively so he can understand there are two different issues. Talking about Nigeria, talking about UAE, talking about UK, talking about America. I can explain to you precisely what it is. So when it comes, I will. Let me see another one that they asked. Okay. Yes, my colleague. I cannot recall his name.
Mr. Obije is his name.
Obije.
Obije.
Okay. He's talking about partnership. The partnership he's talking about is Signature having any partner in Nigeria. Yes, we want to, but the situation we find ourselves in Nigeria is the issue of trust. Before we have partnership with anybody, we want to make sure the person we want to have partnership with, we are on the same page. I'll give you an example. If you are a broker and a developer promise that it's going to deliver your house to you in 36 months, from my own personal experience, I've paid millions to a developer in Abuja, and I'm running 8 years. The problem in Nigeria is that they don't respect law. It's who you know that can deal with that type of society. It's very difficult. Therefore, all what we are doing at Signature is for us to check. We look at ethical integrity of that particular partner. You know, it's when you are going to marry for marriage. Marriages break down these days because they don't know themselves. They just see them in the pub and everything, and then the marriage comes on. And of course, it's going to break down now. That is the issue. So what we are doing, to answer your question, yes, we are ready to have, in fact, we have identified about two so the partnership, my brother, we are the same game. We can talk, do you understand? But our issue, are we on the same page? Are we having the same philosophy? As for me as a person, I don't want to embarrass or give the impression that I'm the one who is swinging one. Because in the real estate business in Nigeria, and there are two problems. You don't separate developer from broker. Broker and developer, they look at one and say, but they are not the same. That's what you are doing in Nigeria yet. So, I don't know. So, I mean, when we finish this, we can have some discussion. Now, you see, my brother, I want to just very briefly, I want to explain to you figuratively, not only for you, but everybody to benefit out of it. When you talk of pricing, there are different issues. When you want to compare, I've said it, compare apple with apple. I told you, if you want to consider exchange rate of Nigeria, you will not eat. Therefore, when I'm in Nigeria, I don't care about the exchange. I eat as Nigeria. When I go over there too, I don't consider Nigeria exchange. Now, let me give you, see, make sure I've just got property for somebody from US. I have 1 bedroom there in a very iconic place. It's only 2 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms. Isham, can you recall what is the rent of the 2 bedroom? Yeah, you know, per annum. Okay. Dirhams. Only 2 bedroom. Paramount. 180,000. That 180,000. How many dollars is that? Like 3.65. You can work it out. How many dollars? $50,000. Now, multiply $50,000 by 600 naira. Huh? 30 million. Good. Your 4 bedrooms in Lekki. How many rent are you collecting? Your 4 bedroom in Lekki. No, how much are you collecting? The whole house, everything. How much rent do you collect? You know, when you are talking about this, compare apple with apple. When you are talking now, if you are talking a civilized currency with a civilized currency, you say differently. If you are comparing UK, America, or Canada, with the money, it's a different thing. But if you say, but this is 4 bedroom, then it could be the whole mansion. There is a property they want to sell. It's Ikoyi. You know how much it is? It's 1 billion. I can tell you. Balogun. That house we told you is 6 million dirham. If you have 6 million dirham, you can buy that at least for 1 billion. But that is the issue. You have to compare.
So that the clock can know 6 million dirham.
Yes.
Is $1,643,000.
Yeah.
6 million dirhams.
Then you divide it by 3.6, right?
$1,643,000.
Yes.
So that the crowd can know.
Yes. I mean, that's what you buy for 1 billion. So you have to really understand. You know, my brother in the press, do you understand the mechanism? Don't judge. Okay, I rented the house here for 10 million. 10 million. Nonsense. Equate it with Naira dollar 600. How much does it come to?
$16,666.
And in only 1 bedroom, I'm getting what about maybe $30,000, $40,000. How can you compare it? 1 bedroom. And what is very important, what is the location? You see, what I just want to explain to everybody, exchange mechanism is not our fault. But the moment we understand what it is better. Don't let's say 4 bedroom, 5 bedroom. I know it. So therefore, we have to put what is the return on investment. What is the security on investment? So thank you very much. Then there's yeah, I think I've answered that. Gentleman, okay, I think I've answered most of the questions. Is everybody okay with that? Is everybody okay? Yes.
Again, thank you so much, Professor Salahuddin. We can't be grateful enough. I can say to you that as we speak, we have officially come to the end of the first session today. And again, what we've done is that we have private meeting rooms outside. So for those who are interested in taking this conversation a little further and personal, because real estate is a discussion that people might want to do very privately, and we respect the fact that you want to do that. So we have made provisions outside. I think you should just signal either Mr. Ali, Mr. Ahmed, Mr. Isham, Professor Salahuddin, myself, and we will be more than willing to sit with you while you have lunch, actually, and discuss further on how we can solidify this relationship. So once again, in rounding up, I want to thank you all for your time, for your presence. We couldn't have achieved any of this without you. Like Professor said, it's a partnership, and this is a partnership of trust. Real estate is not what we're selling. We are selling trust. So we need to leave out of this room with that very vital information. Your money extending your hand is because you trust who it is you're dealing with. So rounding off, Sobha has been in business for over 5 decades. If I look around this room, I'm not sure how many of us are 50 plus. So that's not something to play with. Signature, Standard Insurance, over 4 decades. Again, they are still alive, verifiable, touchable. Offices in Dubai, offices in Abuja, offices in Lekki. Myself, Goldmine Global Services Limited, been in business for over 2 decades and still relevant in what we do every day. The Nigerian, Indonesian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, again, beyond verifiable, we are a bilateral trade and investment organization covering 2 countries, not 1, not 2 countries. And that's to say that whatever we say, we stand by them, which is why we are the one facilitating this whole investment opportunity. So once again, I thank you all for your time. We're going to see you for the second session. That starts at 5 p.m. And in between that period, you have a question. Feel free to put Professor Salahuddin to the side. He will be more than available to attend to you. All around the room, we have our sales agents. If you've not thought about being a member of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I think after this session, you want to add that rethink again, because we bring value to you. That's what we do. Thank you so much, Sobha Realty. Thank you so much, Signature Global Real Estate Limited. Thank you to our esteemed audience, our mothers in the house, our wives and our husbands, members of the press, our visitors, both from Lagos, outside of Lagos, wherever you could have come from. We thank you for your time, and we do appreciate you. Thank you once again. See you at 5 p.m.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much, Balu. You have done very well.